Hey y'all, it's Jamie. Welcome back to my channel, Cottage Hodgepodge, where I share with you what I buy and sell at flea markets, estate sales, thrift stores, wherever I can find vintage and sometimes modern goodies that are valuable and fun to buy and sell. This week, I am sharing with you what I sold the week of September 26th through October 2nd. And my total sales were $309.37. And my cost of goods sold was $37.76. So the first item that sold was this vintage Russian 3-string guitar folk instrument. I'm not going to try to pronounce whatever this says right here. This is a guitar that my husband found at an estate sale auction. He paid $12 for it, and we sold it for $75. It was a really cool instrument. It is triangular in shape, both from the front, but also this way. It was a really neat instrument, and he had a fun time trying to get pictures of the inside. So there was some words in there in Russian. We don't know what they said, but he wanted to try to make sure and include it. So this is what he was able to get pictures of. And here's our pictures of the measurements. So it was not too hard to ship. It was kind of big, but not terribly big, and we were able to ship it UPS for the $17.83 that the buyer paid. We've started doing a lot of calculated shipping because we were having trouble with doing the flat rate or estimating what the shipping was going to be. We kept getting it wrong. So we've been doing calculated shipping now, and that's working out a lot better, at least on large items. On all my clothing, I sell it flat rate $4.99 if it's under 1 ounce, so it can go first class mail. I'm sorry, under 1 pound, so it can go first class. And $7.99 if it's over a pound, and it'll go priority mail. So sometimes it costs a little bit more than the $7.99, but I like to have that flat rate for the clothing. I think that is attractive to buyers on clothing items. Next up is this set of 3 Mary Kay jewelry and makeup cases. The description is Mary Kay Girlfriends Collection makeup jewelry cases, set of 3, nesting, black pink. It was something that I've had for years. My girls had it in their bathroom when they were little, and we never really actually used them. They were just sort of sitting on a shelf as decoration pieces. They used them a little bit, and I did a little bit of cleanup, but not much at all. So I kind of made sure the insides were cleaned out, and didn't do a lot of cleaning though on the outside. And there are actually a couple of places that had marks, and I put that in the description. That way, obviously we need the buyer to know what they're getting. And somebody sent me a message. Here's one of the marks right here. And somebody sent me a message and sent me an offer of $14.27 and said that she was pretty sure she could get them cleaned up and wanted to send that offer and see if I would accept it, and I did. So I sold these for $14.27. I would say my cost was maybe $1 if I calculate anything, because this isn't really something that I bought to resell. It was just something that I had in my house and made a little bit of money on it. So if you're getting your store started, or even if you've been selling for a while, this is a great way to keep bumping up your sales. Look around your house and see what you're done with and would be ready to sell on eBay. Next up is a currency item. My husband and I collect foreign currency, or anytime we've traveled, we always keep a few coins and things like that. But he is getting more into collecting it himself and also buying it for resale. He's having a fun time researching these items and finding really cool things. This one is from 1935. I don't know exactly what makes this one valuable. Honestly, I probably should have found out from him before I went to record this video. But the description is 1935 F Series $1 silver certificate note. And it lists that the signatures are Priest and Anderson. So for whatever reason, that makes it collectible to somebody. He sold it for $18, and the shipping on this was $4.99. We had all the currency listed at $4.99 flat rate shipping. And we just found out that you can actually ship through something called eBay standard envelope for a much discounted rate. So we are working on switching all the listings over to that now, and I think that'll help bump up the sales. Although he had a pretty good week on the currency sales. Anyway, there will be a couple more items ahead. I thought this was going to be one of them. That's why I went ahead and clicked on it. This was one of mine. This is a vintage needlepoint. I bought a lot of these, paid $1 each for them. Actually, a little bit less than $1, but once you add in the auction fee and everything, it's right around $1 for each of them. So this one was really pretty, and it was a little bit dimensional, I guess, a sort of a raised texture. So in my description, I have vintage framed needlepoint flowers in blue, white, ornate vase, raised dimensional. So, and I tried to get pictures showing what I was saying by that. And you can kind of see here that the darker blue vase here in the front sort of stands out from the blue and white one behind it. And same with some of the flowers. It was a really pretty piece. I hadn't seen one quite like this. And I've had a lot of good luck with these needlepoint framed pictures. This is probably my third one to sell, and I've got a few more listed. This one sold for $25, and it was a 10 by 12 frame. So I always put my measurement pictures on there. This is a picture of the back, display only. So I don't know if this was one that was maybe in like a craft shop where you would buy this item to buy like a kit to do this needlepoint. I'm guessing that's what it is because it says display only on the back, but that didn't seem to be a problem for the buyer. And it does have a date stamp of December 1999 on it. So technically that's vintage, which is crazy, but it is. So that one sold for $25. And again, my cost was $5 on that. And looks like I made a mistake and only charged $4.99 shipping on that. I'm sure it cost me more than that to ship that one because that would definitely have gone over £1. So I didn't quite make much. I lost money on shipping, but since I had made $24, that was okay. Next is another coin item. So this one I do know has a hole in it. So that is one of the characteristics that makes it valuable. Not super valuable. It sold for $4.50 and it was a circulated penny. So this one is an 1881 Indian head cent Philadelphia mint, circulated, uncertified, but it is in a cardboard holder. So that one, I'm pretty sure my husband paid $1 for this one also, so he didn't make a lot on that. But he bought a bunch of them a long time ago, kind of thought he wanted to start collecting, and then it was probably during the time that we still had our vintage booth at an antique mall, but he never put these in there for sale, so they've just been sitting around here. So he got a bunch of those listed. Next is another one of his items. This was a great week for him. This is a dragon head, and I think it's a candle holder. I thought he got a picture with it lit up, but I guess not. When you put a candle in it, the eyes light up. It's really cool. We probably should have had a picture like that on there, but he got it listed just in time, I think, for Halloween. It actually shipped to a cake shop in the New England area. So I guess they're going to do something really cool with it, hopefully. So this description is beautiful, large dragon head candle holder, creepy eyes, Halloween decoration. So he wanted to make sure, that's where the candle goes right there. So he wanted to make sure to get this listed right away. And I just noticed it has the name on the back, and I don't think he included that, so I need to make sure he knows to do that. So this one sold for $90 and he paid $3.50. He bought a lot of 2 items. It was this and a Anheuser-Busch wooden crate. It's kind of a medium-sized crate, and $7 was what he paid for that lot. And so we're saying the cost of goods on each was $3.50. So that was definitely a good profit there. Next is another coin item. This is a 1971 set of U.S. Mint prestige proofs, 90% silver, it says in the description. That's something I would need to ask him about. I don't know exactly what that means, but here's a close-up of the coins. So from what I understand, each of these is an uncirculated coin that is used to show banks. I think they send these to the banks to show what the coins are going to look like for that year. I think. I could be totally wrong on that story. I need to find out a little bit more about this if I'm going to make videos about these. But this one sold for $30, and his cost on this one, I believe, was $12. He bought a lot of coin items at an auction recently, and he's been listing those and getting them sold. Some he got really great deals on, some he paid up for a little bit, but that's a good profit, $12 into $30, so that's pretty good. Next is another ornament from my firefighter lot of ornaments where I paid 38 cents each for around 200 ornaments at a estate sale. It was $75 total for a giant tub of ornaments, and then I brought them home and went through them and ended up with around 200 of them. So this one was really neat. It was a fireman's boot, and then it opens up to have a little Dalmatian, some toys, a toy soldier, a train, a little gift, and some blocks. And it was a really cute one. And I got positive feedback saying that it was a really cute ornament. So I was happy about that. This one sold for $8.80, and they ship, all the ornaments are shipping for $4.99. They all go first class because they're well under a pound. And I have a little 4x4x4 box that I ship them in to make sure they're nice and protected. So usually it costs me just under $4.99 to ship those. So that kind of helps pay for the cost of the box and the bubble wrap and cover my costs on that. Next up is a vintage Kings Road Shop Sears plaid sweater vest. As blue and red acrylic, men's size large. This one I bought at an estate sale where I got several men's clothing items as well as some really cool old books. The man who had lived in the home was a geophysicist and had a lot of really cool things from his years of working in that field and traveling all over. I got a lot of cool travel items, some science books and things, and then some nice old vintage men's clothing, which is really popular right now. Probably always popular. But this one sold for $17. And again, on items under a pound that are clothing items, I'm able to ship those for $4.99. And my cost was 50 cents on each of those items. This is another item from the firefighter ornament lot. This actually sold to somebody who bought one of the ornaments from me a couple weeks ago. So I was excited to see a repeat customer. This one sold for $8. He sent me an offer and I accepted it. It's actually not an ornament, it's a bell. So the little clacker is a fire hydrant. And it's a big beard Santa, which the buyer, that's what he collects, is these big beard Santa guys. So he said he looked through all of my almost 200 ornaments, and two of them were this style. So he bought one of them a couple weeks ago, and then he found this one just the other day and bought it also. So I was pretty happy to have a repeat customer on that sale. Again, $8 was the sale price, and my cost was 38 cents. And last is another item from my home that I didn't buy for the purpose of selling. We had a trip to Disney World planned right before the quarantine lockdown. We were going to go to the new Star Wars, I can't remember what it's called right now, but my kids were really excited. And I actually bought this shirt for myself on clearance at the Disney store here in our area. And it was $5, $5.50 was what I paid for it at the Disney store. We have an outlet mall with a Disney store in it close by us, and so I had bought this for that trip, and we ended up not going, and we don't see being able to go anytime in the foreseeable future because of everything going on. So this was listed as new with tags, and I'm glad I never took the tag off. It's a Disney Parks high-low hem. It's high in the front, low in the back. T-shirt, women's, medium, Star Wars Rebel graphic, and it has this fun print of the Star Wars which is not something I'm into at all, but I thought it was a fun shirt. My kids bought shirts and I bought, wanted to get something. So this is the one that I chose. So I sold it for $18.80, which was my full asking price, and $4.99 flat rate shipping for items under a pound. So that was a great last sell for the week, a little more profit. So again, my total sales this week were $309.37, and my cost of goods was $37.76. So this is the second week in a row where my profit after eBay fees and money for income tax will be right around $200. So I'm pretty happy that that's holding steady and hope it'll continue to go up in fourth quarter. This is the week of September 26th through October 2nd. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. If you enjoy this content, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Thanks so much.